Good morning, dear students. Now we are starting another new chapter, that is endoplasmic reticulum. It is a cell's internal organelle, and I hope that you have learned about this endoplasmic reticulum from your high school standard onwards. Okay, anyway, let's go and see what is endoplasmic reticulum simply. It is a complex system of membranes. Here we can see that. It is in the picture itself seems like that endoplasmic reticulum is a highly folded system of membranes. Okay, then if we consider a single cell, yeah, we know that inside the cell so many structures, internal organelles, nucleus, all are present. And if we think about the total membranes of a single cell, uh, yeah, its half amount goes to endoplasmic reticulum. Half of the amount of cell membrane that is accounted to endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, that much highly folded membrane and network-like structure seen inside the cell. That is endoplasmic reticulum. Okay. Next, what is the importance of this endoplasmic reticulum? Main important, yeah, it play key role in the biosynthesis of lipids and proteins. Lipids, we know what is proteins. For the complete synthesis of lipids and proteins in some stage of its synthesis pathway, endoplasmic reticulum play important role, and also in the secretion of proteins. In that stage also, for that process also, endoplasmic reticulum play an important role. All these things we will learn in the coming slides. And that term is coined by Porter. Porter in 1945. That name we need to memorize. Coming to the structure is nothing complicated. Structure this endoplasmic reticulum have. It consists of only membranes and encompassing a series of continuous and discontinuous vacuoles, because these are highly folded membrane-like structures, and some to certain extent it is continuous, and also in some areas we can see discontinuous vacuoles in the form of I will show you that discontinuous vacuoles. In this form also we can see the part of endoplasmic reticulum. So that's why that endoplasmic reticulum are highly enfolded membranes, and it can be say continuous and also can discontinuous. And it is a high dynamic system. Dynamic means it is continuously moving. It is not static. It is a dynamic system. Why? Because I already told you that it involved in the secretion of proteins. For secreting proteins, they need to form vesicles. They need to form vesicles like this, and this vesicle need to pinch off from this endoplasmic reticulum to release its content. So in that way we can say that the endoplasmic reticulum is dynamic. Okay, and two types of endoplasmic reticulum are present. Rough endoplasmic reticulum, it is otherwise called RER. Then smooth endoplasmic reticulum, it is otherwise called SER. Okay. What is rough endoplasmic reticulum? Rough means that itself means that its surface is not smooth. Something is present to make it rough. What is that something? It is nothing other than ribosome. In this picture we can see that. In some regions of endoplasmic reticulum, its walls membrane is bound by ribosomes on the cytosolic side. This is the cytoplasmic side. So, in that cytosolic side, so many ribosomes in attached with this the membrane of this endoplasmic reticulum to make it a rough endoplasmic reticulum. What is the function of rough endoplasmic reticulum? I think you know that ribosomes are involved in the synthesis of protein. In other way, we can tell that they are prime important in translation pathway. Translation means synthesis of protein from mRNA. So, as ribosomes are present here, what will be the function of rough endoplasmic reticulum? Yes, it is involved in the synthesis of secreted proteins and also membrane-bound proteins, mainly proteins. In the synthesis of fully formed proteins, rough endoplasmic reticulum play the lead role. Then coming to smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Smooth means its membrane is not bound by any ribosome. So it is called the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. What is the function of this smooth endoplasmic reticulum? It is a site of synthesis of steroids and other lipids. They are not synthesizing proteins. Instead, what it is synthesizing? It is synthesizing steroids and lipids. And also it helps in the detoxification of lipid soluble poison, fat soluble poisons, and also drugs that are reaching liver cells. Okay, that is another significance. It detoxify all poisonous substance that is reaching the liver cells. Then another term we are going to see, that is sarcoplasmic reticulum. What is this sarcoplasmic reticulum? Have you heard this term anywhere before? Oh yeah, something connecting with the muscles. Anybody know that term? Okay, anyway, I will explain to you. Sarcoplasmic reticulum is none other than smooth endoplasmic reticulum itself, but it is present only in muscle cells. So, smooth endoplasmic reticulum that present in the muscle cells are called the sarcoplasmic reticulum. What is its role? It helps in muscle contraction. To contract a muscle, sarcoplasmic reticulum is very necessary. Then coming to abundancy of SCR and RER, that means smooth endoplasmic reticulum and rough endoplasmic reticulum, where these respective endoplasmic reticulums are abundant. Cells heavily involved in protein segregation. In such cells, which endoplasmic reticulum need to be more abundant? Yes, it's very clear that rough endoplasmic reticulum will be more abundant. Its number will be more in those cells that is engaged with protein synthesis and secretion. And coming to some cells that is creating steroid hormones, which type of endoplasmic reticulum need to be more? Yes, sure, smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Okay. Then we are going to see cytosol and cisternal space. What is cytosol? What is cisternal space? And look in this picture. In this picture, we can see the internal area of the endoplasmic reticulum, and inner space, the cavity of the endoplasmic reticulum is called cisternal space, and cytosol is the space or area outside the endoplasmic membrane. So that is cytosol. Okay. Then we are moving to morphological forms of endoplasmic reticulum. Different morphological form. In the beginning of this chapter, I already told you that endoplasmic reticulum is a highly branched, highly folded, membranous structure seen inside the cell. And even though it is a network like a multi-folded membrane-like system, It exists in three morphological forms. Which are those forms? They are cisternae, vesicles, and tubules. Then what is cisternae? In that endoplasmic reticula structure, we can see some long, flattened, unbranched, parallel rows of membranes. Those flattened, long, unbranched, that term need to give more attention. Unbranched, parallel, long, flattened rows of membrane. They are called cisternae. Then what is vesicles? Vesicles we can see here. Here one vesicle, here vesicle. They are rounded or oval structure. Diameter, what is its diameter? 25 to 500 nanometer diameter. And where it is abundant, it's abundant in hepatic means liver cells, hepatic and pancreatic cells, because these cells are greatly involved in secretion, different types of secretion of enzymes and hormones. So such type of cells need to possess more number of vesicles for secreting. I already told you how that secretion, something is secreted from the endoplasmic reticulum by forming vesicles, later it pinch off from it. Then tubules. What are tubules? Then coming to the margin. Here in this picture you can see that. Coming to the margin of the endoplasmic reticulum, some irregularly branched tubular membranes we can see. And it is made up of smooth endoplasmic reticulum. They are called tubules. And where these tubules are abundant? Those cells that are very active in lipid synthesis. In such type of cells, the tubules are more abundant. Okay. Next, composition. Composition. It is formed of double membranes like plasma membrane. Plasma membranes, its structure in detail aspect we have already learned. So similar to the plasma membrane structure itself, that endoplasmic reticulum also have a similar composition. It is also a double membranous. And also it is connected to nuclear and plasma membrane. Nuclear and plasma membrane. Suppose this is nucleus, and it is continuous with the endoplasmic, right, in this way. In this way it form a continuous network, and somehow it branched, forms that the cisternae, and finally it communicate with the plasma membrane. The cells. Okay. So in that way, it is a double membranous connected to nucleus and plasma membrane. Then what are microsomes? Microsomes are endoplasmic reticulum itself. If we take the endoplasmic reticulum and homogenization is performed, means homogenizes, it's breaking. Why we break it? To study the structural composition of the endoplasmic reticulum. We homogenize endoplasmic reticulum. It may break up to form small closed vesicles. That complicated network-like structure breaks up to form small closed vesicles. And that closed vesicles are called microsomes. And these microsomes are also two types: rough microsomes and smooth microsomes. Rough microsomes means those microsomes that is bounded with ribosomes. Smooth microsomes means those microsomes that is not bound with ribosomes. What is the significance? As we homogenize the endoplasmic reticulum, as a result, these small closed vesicles will form. And as these closed vesicles are formed, it is very easy for us to purify it and to study the structural composition and various aspects of that endoplasmic reticulum. That is its significance and what it means by microsomes. Okay, with this we can finish today's class and section. Thank you.